What does it mean to have an open mind? It's a term that we hear often, but it seems as if people use it differently. Based on the way the term is used, it seems the most popular belief is that having an open mind means you change your mind whenever you're expected to do so, or when you're presented with conflicting opinions. But if that's the case, then having an open mind is a bad thing because you'll be inconsistent and unstable. You'll be tossed about by everyone's opinions and you won't be able to stand for anything, and you can't make progress if you're constantly changing your mind. But the reality is, having an open mind is a virtue. The problem is how people define it. So here's a better definition. To have an open mind means that you recognize the possibility of error and you're willing to change when error is demonstrated. So if you have an opinion that's based in facts and logic, and someone's trying to persuade you using myths and emotion, then it's okay for you to hold on to your belief. But if that person can clearly demonstrate how you are wrong, then in order for you to maintain an attitude of open-mindedness, you have to be willing to reevaluate your viewpoint. And if you're unwilling to do so, then you're being closed-minded. Now, saying you should recognize the possibility of error is rather vague. It's important for you to understand exactly how you could be wrong. In fact, there are 4 ways you could be wrong. You could be misinformed, uninformed, illogical, or incomplete in your analysis. Just think of the mnemonic MUI, M-U-I-I. To be misinformed means that you're dealing with inaccurate, irrelevant, or misinterpreted information. To be uninformed means that you're lacking important information. Logic deals with how information is used in an argument, and incomplete analysis is when there are more conclusions that could be drawn from the same information. So the first 2 are about facts, and the second 2 are about logic. Here's an example. Let's say you have a friend who tries to persuade you that the sun revolves around the earth, and that's something that he read in a book. Turns out that book was written in the 16th century. In that case, your friend is misinformed. But he's also uninformed about what modern technology has demonstrated. And so you point out to your friend the fact that we have sent both machines and people into space, and they all confirm that the Earth revolves around the sun. Your friend then accuses you of watching too many sci-fi movies and for believing whatever you hear. At this point, your friend is being illogical, attacking the person and not the argument. In a last attempt to persuade you, your friend appeals to your common sense by pointing out that the sun always rises at one end of the horizon and sets at the other. Obviously, then, the sun revolves around the earth. But his analysis is incomplete because it supports multiple conclusions. Regardless which celestial body is doing the rotating, it will appear as if the sun is traveling from one end of the sky to the other. Alright, so the takeaway from all this is being open-minded means you recognize the 4 ways that you could be wrong. If you're arguing with someone and they can't show you how you are misinformed, uninformed, illogical, or incomplete in your analysis, then you are not being closed-minded by holding on to your belief. Tell them to show you the MUI.